PJ. Come on. Where you been? Come on. Come up here with me. Hey. Hey. You done got hot already, ain't you? Good girl. Morning, everybody. Jason, PJ, Hollis Farm. Well, it is hot already. Alright, so I don't. Ooh, PJ, she done went and rolled in something. I don't think I'm gonna get on the tractor this morning. It's hot. I just don't feel like getting on. And anyway, I gotta get the spray rig down here too. I might do that tomorrow, but I gotta haul the lawnmower back to Alabama today. Me and PJ's gonna look around just for a little bit. We're not too far away from bow season, a couple of months now. So I got a decision I gotta make. I may test it when we get back to Alabama. I love shooting a bow, but I just don't know if my back's gonna be able to take it. So I got the crossbow for a backup plan, and I don't mind the crossbow if I'm healthy. A lot of people talk about it. Of course, everybody talks about everything. They talk about saddle hunting, hang-on hunting, crossbow. I think if you use a crossbow, you're not as manly or good as if you use a regular bow. In my opinion, I really don't care if it's legal. I like playing with the crossbow. They're aggravating to tote, and they're kind of aggravating to deal with in the stand. But boy, they're accurate. And if a fella's not gonna practice and be accurate with his regular bow, he needs to use crossbow. And I'm that way sometimes too, especially with my back. If I don't get to practice and feel confident with it, I'm just gonna get the crossbow out. Because the end result is we want to put one on the ground, whatever it takes to do it. So I don't know if my back's going to be able to take the vertical bow, but I'm going to try. And maybe that'll help me get back in shape too if I can start off kind of light. I'm going to play with that probably when I get back today. It's just about too hot to do anything, but we're going to do something. All right, so I made it back here to Alabama. It is hot and humid. I'm going to have to quit talking about that too. But anyway, been to play a little bit with my Matthews V3. I've had it for a couple of years. I've got it. I can't remember what weight I've got it on. I'm going to test that here in a minute. I'm going to shoot it a little bit and see how my back feels. But last year, I remember I like the pins. I had a 20, 30, and a 40. And I took my 30 off and was playing with just having a 20 and a 40 and go in between at 30. But I've been thinking I'm going to stick this 30 back in there and try to get everything dialed back in with 3 pins. This is a sweet little bow, light, smooth. This is the short one. I forget. I think it's a 27 axle to axle, and then the other one's like 31, 32. I don't know. I just like this thing. It's nice in a tree. But yeah, fixing to work on this sight just a little bit, and then we're going to see. I'm going to go over there on the deer scales and see where the weight is. I think it's on about 50 or 55, but I can't remember, and see how we can pull it back. All right, I got my scales hanging here. This ain't gonna be the thing fail again. Let me get this thing zeroed better. All right, I got her zeroed pretty close. We'll be able to tell within a few pounds anyway. Just before she breaks over. Alright, that's going to be on about 50. That's why I must have turned it back down. I cranked it up at one time, but I think it made my back sore. So on about 50 pounds, and that's about right. We're several rounds off there. You can see the gap there. I think this thing bottoms out at, shoot, I can't even remember, 65 maybe. I don't think I got the 70 pound. Alright, so the truck here is parked at 25 from the target. I got y'all set up right here. My release, this is a Scott archery, it's called the little, what's it called? The Little Goose. I like this thing. Alright, so I hadn't drew this thing back since last year. Let's see what we can do. I bet it ain't gonna feel just great. Alright, we in there? Oh boy. It's on, but boy, that hurt. I'm not sure. I'm gonna shoot a time or two more, but I'm not sure how much of that I can take. I mean, it's just, when you pull back, you use muscles that you don't normally use, and right through that shoulder and straight down my back. May have to get the old crossbow out. It'll be alright. She's on. The one thing that I don't want to do is mess up any progress that we might be making on healing. So I'm gonna do it one more time and kind of see where it feels and how it hits, and then we're gonna get the crossbow out. Sure love shooting these things, but if you can't do them without hurting like crazy, it ain't worth it. Oh man, Bunny though, she's still on. Thing quiet too, ain't it? All right, so here's what we got. Vertical bow Matthews versus the Raven crossbow. I mean, there's really no comparison. It's so much different. But this right here is a bad dude. I'm talking about these are bad. Not that you don't need to practice. You need to practice with anything that you're gonna shoot. But of course, with a good rest and with the scope, and this one's got the adjustable. A lot of people have this on their vertical bows, but the adjustable, you just dial it to the yardage back here. And these things are pretty bad. I've never fooled with them much out to past 50 or 60 yards, but I've seen a lot of people that are a lot better shot than I am and shoot more, shoot them out to 100. But this thing is wicked. They're aggravating to carry, absolutely aggravating to carry. And I don't know if I've ever hunted out of a stand or my saddle with this thing. But if I keep pulling that thing back, the Matthews back, and it hurting my back like this, we're gonna go to this. And I've even got another idea on a little simpler crossbow. That's a possibility. But for now, and I've got an old one that we used to use that is a super little crossbow too. But this thing right here is bad. I've had it several years. They may have one out now that's faster and better than this one, but this is gonna be fine for us. But I'm gonna go over it a little bit, kind of all the strings and all look good, and I'm gonna crank it up. It's got the crank that comes with it. Instead of pulling the other one, I got you pull it by the strings with some cable deals or pull handle deals. But this one's got the crank that you put on here and crank it up. So I'm gonna shoot it one time, make sure she's still on. No reason that it shouldn't be. But this is a bad dude now. And it don't bother me one bit. I'm gonna tell you to go to the woods with this thing. They're legal, they're accurate, they're deadly, very deadly. But you know, if I can't shoot the regular bow, I just can't shoot it. You know, we're not gonna get in any more pain than we have to. All right, so I gotta remember how to crank this thing. It's very simple to do once you remember how to I gotta remember how to release this thing. I done forgot how to release the, oh, it's this button back here. Well, that got it. This thing's gonna slide. I'm trying to get it to where y'all can see it. This part right here is gonna slide. Gotta hold this button down. I got a lot going on here. It's gonna roll all the way down and clip on your string. Some of the ones they used to have didn't have safeties on them. About all of them now still got a safety on them. Safety's right there. I usually wouldn't never shoot this thing without a trigger stick, but I'm on a still at 25. I need to shoot this thing more than I have if I'm gonna use it for sure, to get a little more familiar with it. I've shot it quite a bit. Alright, so Wump's got this thing set on 20. It'll be close enough to do what we want to do right here. I'm gonna just freehander. That thing is bad to the bone, I'm telling you. It is bad, and they are fun to shoot. About can't shoot in the spots where I've shot a bunch before. That was free-handed. Think that dude ain't bad. They kinda, well, they come out a little easier than I thought it would. Alright, so unless things change, it's about 2 months away from deer season. When I do something that makes my back hurt, I can tell immediately, pretty much. And that even got in my shoulder pretty bad right then. Just wore out. I ain't saying I'm old, but a lot of stuff on me's wore out. Oh man, I hate not to shoot that Burke bow, and we'll still play with it and probably play with it some, but this crossbow is probably gonna be my go-to for right now, unless I get a bunch stronger and don't hurt so bad when I pull her back. Alright y'all, not just a ton going on today, but we did figure one thing out. Looking like Jason gonna be using the Raven this bow season, unless I get stronger and able to fool with the bow a little more. I really don't want to go much less than that 50 pounds, and that's just kind of where we at. It just hurts, but I was doing pretty good on my back today, and I pulled that thing back once or twice, whatever I did. I can feel it, so we're gonna have to get stronger and get it to where it don't hurt, or we're just gonna use the Raven. But I don't have a problem with that. Besides, like I said, they just aggravating to carry, and the more you use it, may figure out an easier way on that. It's got a sling on it, but it's still just not comfortable. But like I said, the more you use something, may come up with something better. But that's where we at right now. Hot. Chuck says 101. Appreciate y'all watching. Out of here.